Joe from Joe's Transformer Toy Reviews. I'm continuing on with my Combiner Wars Protectobots Defensor reviews. Today I have First Aid. He turns into an ambulance-style vehicle. He was part of the original group from back in the G1 series, Generation 1. He's a personal favorite, so I might be slightly biased. I can't really explain why he's a personal favorite. I was just fascinated by a simple transformation. You used to just flip his legs out and flip the top and pull the arms out and you were done. He made a solid limb no matter what you did with him, so I guess that was probably one of the reasons I liked him so much. So we have the update character, which has more movement than the original figure could ever hope for. Also, the front of the ambulance can be flipped out multiple ways to help with posing or balancing and whatnot. And comes with an axe weapon, which for a medic doesn't make a lot of sense, but looks decent anyways. And a 4-barrel blaster, which is the universal limb accessory. Again, he's got a lot of movement. He's based off of the off-road mold, which was a pickup. He has a slightly different design, and I feel like it's a little bit better. Doesn't have the ports on the arms like off-road did, part of the Senticons in the new series only. But otherwise, I find that he has a lot more resistance to his limbs, so it makes him a little bit better for being a combiner robot. So let's go ahead and do his transformation to vehicle mode. So that's his axe. Let's remove that. Here's his gun. Remove that. Now you can turn his head around, but you don't need to do a heck of a lot for that. So actually take care of the legs first. Open these up, fold them in, pull the arms out of the way. So push the legs together. Him being stiff does have its drawbacks, like it can be a little more difficult to fit his limbs in. Oh, yeah, there we go. The one fold wasn't operating correctly. There we go. Combine the legs. Snap that in together. And then we snap the arms together. The panels to the arms. Push them in. Both sides. And fold the bottom part down. Makes a solid rescue vehicle. Not quite. It looks like an ambulance a little bit. Kind of like a modified, stylized one. Now you can put the combiner limb on top. There is a notch right between the fingers. Used to connect it to the top. And then run the thumb down the back. And then just connect the axe to whichever side makes sense to you. And there you go. Yeah, I like the way that this one looks. He looks like with the limb on top here. It looks like an engine. Off-road, this whole section was down like a flatbed of a truck. I find that this one has a little more flair to it. I like it a little bit. I like this. Again, biases, but I still like him. So, that's what he looks like in vehicle mode. I think it's very solid. No problems with movement. Let's go ahead and make him into a limb. As you can imagine, the foot mode is easily the simplest. Remove the parts. Connect the foot to the bottom. Flip the top. And then you rotate the head around. Yeah, to properly rotate the head, you kind of have to undo half the transformation, which is a little bit of a pain. Just to do that and roll together. And then you would connect him as such, or like this. I found that this does not actually get in the way of the movement of the knee. and connect them up. Next, could always go to the side. It's a decent design. I like it. Simple, solid. But I mean, anything can make a good foot, honestly, or like in Combiner Wars. So remove this. Now, canonically, he was always the left arm of Defensor. I like to keep him there, mostly because like his tight frame made it really easy for him to hold up weapons and stuff. In this new one, version 1, I kept him as the upper limb just because I like the way that the top part flung out. This is actually slightly like that. How the top part used to flip up in the original one. So then you basically undo the legs, and then you turn the hips. Turn that part 90 degrees. And you're supposed to turn the arm the opposite way. You can take the shoulder down a bit, just make it more compact if you wish. Now, it is true that that is not looking nearly as clean as it does as a leg. But I kind of like it. The beefiness of the bicep. Actually, no, was it tricep or something? I forget. Beefiness look to it, and just how solid it all fits together and moves. I generally like to keep them like this with it. I'm not too keen on necessarily keeping something in canon just because that's how the series originally did it, but I just have a personal good feeling about how he works as an arm. So yeah, I'm a little bit biased, but the figure sold for about $15-20, and came with the comic, like most Combiner Wars limbs, and I just personally really enjoyed him. Solid, if possibly too stiff during robot mode and transformation to vehicle mode joints, but for a limb, he's perfect for that. So again, high score all around. If you have any questions, I could definitely something I would recommend to children and collectors alike, just because the character is not iconic, but I find it solid all around. Now, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down below in the comments section, or you can go ahead and like or subscribe to the video. This is Joe from Joe's Transformer Toy Reviews. Thank you very much for watching my video.